welcome to the Target Transfers question and answer session. Thank you so much for everyone in the UK and Europe that's still with us today. I know it's the evening now, but we hopefully can provide some really valuable content for you in this Q&A and for the rest of the evening as well. Just wanted to introduce Target Transfers to you all very quickly. Just for those who are unaware of us, we are essentially Styles UK. So any questions you have about UltraColour, heat transfers in general, Hottronics presses, heat transfer vinyl, we're the go-to place. We've been part of this Styles group for over 20 years now. So anything you can see in any of the other sessions, we can help you with here. We're based in Braintree in Essex, which is where we do all our manufacturing for UltraColour. In fact, it's about 10 meters that way is where our factory is. So that's why we can enable such a rapid turnaround time in the UK and get it to you so quickly. So any questions around turnaround time, etc., do get in touch. Just to introduce myself, I'm Andy Rogers. I look after the marketing here at Target Transfers, but I'm also in charge of the training education that we provide to our customers. So I'm very passionate about today, making sure that everyone that's involved has everything they know to succeed as a business. We help customers from all different sizes, from startups to established sports brands. So there's something that we can do for everyone, and we treat you all exactly the same, all the same products, all the same service. So there's nothing we can't do to help you. I'd just like to introduce my colleague, Molly, who's going to say a little bit about herself now.
Hi everyone, I'm Molly Harmon. I work on the marketing team with Andy. I'm fairly new to this industry as well, so today's been really interesting for me to learn a lot more about UltraColour. I like seeing all of our different customers tag us on Instagram and Facebook with everything they're using. So if you are from the UK on this Q&A and you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, be sure to head over there. If you're using UltraColour, tag us in your stories. We love seeing them, love resharing them. Yeah, so that's about it. Should we jump into the questions?
That's it. Yep, exactly. So just real quick, anyone who's interested in ordering UltraColour transfers, we're the only place to get them from online in the UK. Just head to custom.targettransfers.com, and it's super easy to just pick your size, pick your product, and get going. Upload your artwork. It's really that easy. So just want to I'll open up the floor to question and answers to start off with. I see we've already got a few in there already, so we'll just work our way through those. And if you've got more questions, just pop them in the chat below. So first up, I can see Jane has a question about she's pressing her transfer and she's got the edges coming up, and she wants to know if she double hits it, will this ruin the adhesive or the integrity of the transfer after washing? So just real quick on that one. So I know that me and Jane had a little bit of a back and forth in the chat earlier about pressure. So before you do anything, or if you're having problems, Jane, I would just firstly advise you to get the pressure right in the press first before kind of looking into doing any double hits or anything like that. Just to reiterate what we talked about in the previous sessions today, is it's a medium to firm pressure for UltraColour transfers. Jane has the max press, so in that instance, it's a case of winding your press until you find a point where you can pull the lever down with 2 fingers. That's when you know you've got medium pressure. There's no need to be kind of getting both hands and pulling it down. That's too much pressure. So let's try and get that right first, Jane. If you're still having problems, do get in touch. We're always happy to help. Just send us a message on Facebook or Instagram and we can look into it in a bit more detail. Giving a short second hit isn't going to do any damage to it, but we're very confident that there's no need to do the second hit in the first instance. So that's what we'd always want to troubleshoot and work out what's going on with it first. But that's not going to affect the wash quality. The wash quality is still going to be 60 plus washes, so the longest lasting that you can get in the UK.
Okay, we've got another one from Marcia, and she wants to know what the minimum Gangsheet order is for the UK. All of our minimum orders for UltraColour are 10 per piece. So whether you're doing normal UltraColour or UltraColour Subly, it's 10. Whether it's a 6x6 or multiple designs on a A3, it's all 10 through EasyView every time. We've got another one from Sian, who wants to know if she didn't get one of the sample packs, but is it possible to get one after the event? If you send us a message on either Facebook or Instagram, or send info@targettransfers.com an email, we'll sort something out for you after the event. So just let us know.
So I can see Logan is interested in the tag-along pattern. So this is a really cool new pattern that's coming out from Stars Hottronics. So we're really pleased about this and really excited about this. For those that haven't had the chance to yet, do go and have a look on the Styles YouTube page. Essentially what this is, it's a two-part pattern. So it makes your kind of efficiency way more efficient. So what you can do is you can put the t-shirt on as the main part. There's also a little gap, so you can hook through the neck label of the shirt, so you can apply your main graphic to the front of your t-shirt and the neck label at the same time. So if you think about how much time you're going to be able to save with that, it's really quite incredible. To give you an update on when that will be available in the UK and Europe, we're expecting that in the summer here. So it's only just launched about a couple of weeks ago in the US. So on our next order that we'll be making, we'll be getting a large shipment in, and we'll be definitely be stocking that in the UK. I think it's fantastic for any kind of printer, really, not just those doing transfers, but if you're doing DTG as well. Pitting the neck label is another step in that, which you can eliminate at another point of your process. So definitely keep an eye out for that. To be the first to know where, if you can get hold of that, I'd say sign up for our newsletter. Make sure you're in our Facebook group. Molly's going to tell you a little bit more about another exclusive Facebook group later on in our Q&A, but you'll definitely be able to get hold of that.
Okay, we've got one from Christian, who is asking about the Teflon pillows. So as Jenna said in her session, if you guys were on there, using pillows to apply the transfers affects the pressure and the adhesive bonding with the material. She was using the foam pads, and we do have a version of that in the UK. So I'm just going to drop the link to our foam pads in the chat now for anyone that's interested. They have the same effect that the pads that Jenna was using, if you use those with our heat presses.
So I've got a question here from Mandy, who wants to know about the different types available in the UK. As you noticed, if everyone who attended the previous sessions, Styles has 3 different types of UltraColour transfers available. In the UK, we actually only have 2. Due to the kind of demands of the market in the UK, we've actually just got UltraColour and UltraColour Subly Blocker. But the UltraColour Standard does have the soft finish and the stretch and stretch as standard, so you don't need to worry about picking one with stretch. We've got it covered for you anyway. Just pick normal UltraColour, unless you're going to be putting it onto dye sublimated garments, and in that case go with the UltraColour Subly Blocker. But yeah, it's just 2 in the UK, 3 in the US. A little bit confusing, but just go with the standard for the super soft finish. So
I was just going to say the A to Z press. I don't actually know the answer to that one.
Okay, so the A to Z press is just available in the US. It's not going to be coming to the UK anytime soon, but we do have the whole rest of the range of Hottronics machines available to you. For those in the chat, if you look onto the file section, you'll also see a number of really great offers on the auto open and fusion press that are available today as well. And if you have been signed up to our newsletter, you'll see that we've been doing a bit of a series on how quickly it is to pay back those machines. So I would really consider, even for an entry level, to go with the auto open, because you can pay that back in about 120 shirts anyway.
108, sorry.
108, sorry, yes, 108, so even less than that. No on the A to Z press, but there's lots of different available options. Just head to targettransfers.com and click on heat presses, and you'll be able to find everything you can order in the UK. So we have Christian, who wants to know, how long can the prints be stored for, and is it okay to store them in the bag in which they're supplied? So absolutely yes. The bag the UltraColour transfers come in is perfect for storing them in. it's always, as a best practice with transfers and vinyl and everything, is always to seal the bag anyway. But UltraColour transfers are really, really durable. We wouldn't advocate leaving them out on the side, but with all the demo transfers that we have here downstairs ourselves, often happens to be that way, or if we're testing spares. And we've had no problems with them, even when they've been left out for a couple of weeks or months. But best practice is always to keep them in the bag they've come in, or if you want to get super nerdy about it, get a nice storage box and store your different transfers in it, different sizes, so it's nice and easy. Or keep your nice Target transfers box that they come in. So that's always a great storage option, because we give you a nice area for you to name what the job is for. So if you're doing lots of work for a particular customer, you can always go straight to that one without having to find them each time.
Okay, Christy has asked, when you do your Gangsheet online, how do you know if your artwork is the appropriate size so they don't overlap or impact the design resolution? Correct me if I'm wrong on this, Andy, but I'm interpreting that as, how do you know that the designs won't overlap on the design sheet when you're uploading into EasyView? So in terms of the quality of your artwork, Christy, there is a quality control checker when you upload the design into the system, and it will tell you if it's coming up blurry or not. So you can check the resolution of your designs in there, and then as long as you leave enough space on it will tell you what size the layout you've chosen is, whether it's A3 or A4. As long as you leave enough space that you can cut in between the designs when they arrive, there shouldn't be a problem. Just don't put them in the EasyView on top of each other and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I would say, for best practice, if you're going to be using a gang sheet, I would do the sheet in Illustrator or your chosen design platform anyway, and then just upload it as one single document that way, just because then you can control everything you need to. But there's no reason that you'd need to anything would overlap. And like Molly said, there's a quality checker that's built into the system as your own little virtual assistant anyway, so it'll immediately alert you if you put something in there that's less than 300 dpi. It'll have a little red bar and says, this is no good, we wouldn't recommend printing this. And that way, you just know to go back, make sure you saved it properly, and then re-upload it.
And just on that note as well, can I just add that a couple of people have asked about files recently. So for EasyView, for UltraColour on EasyView, upload them as EPS, JPEG or PDFs for best results when you're using the EasyView designer as well.
Absolutely. Got a question here about converting wrongly. Like Molly said, if everything is sent as either an EPS or a JPEG, the EasyView is a print software that we've developed, so there's not any problem. If you've got any problems rendering, just have a look at the preview. There's a preview you get with, this is what we will print. If it's not to your liking, just get in touch, because sometimes it's just an issue with how the artwork's been saved in Illustrator or CorelDRAW, but it's a very easy fix, just a case of ticking a couple of boxes, and we can get you sorted on that one. So just get in touch, email info@targettransfers.com if you're struggling with that, and we'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction.
Okay, there's one here about the pillows and foam pads working for vinyl. As far as I'm aware, they do work as well. I've used them before, they've been fine. Andy, is there anything people need to be aware of when using H2V with foam pads?
It's foam pads and pillows would be absolutely fine for vinyl. The structural makeup of a transfer is slightly different to heat transfer vinyl. That's why there's just certain reasons for using different products to apply with. That's all. It's just the even pressure is a bit more important with transfers versus heat transfer vinyl, and that's why Jenna was saying not to use the pillow with UltraColour transfers. So we've got a question here about water resistant fabric. So you can apply UltraColour on pretty much anything. Of course, if it's a slightly more delicate material or traditionally hard to heat press material, which water resistant fabric can often be, we'd always recommend testing. One of the things we do is we have, as well as offering the A3 sheets, which you can get very good returns on, we do small pieces, so you can go as low as a 6 by 6 centimeter neck label size. So if you want to just do short runs of 10 items as a kind of sampling run, you can do that. Always test on things that are slightly more difficult, just to be 100% sure. because there's so many factors that can play in here. The quality of the heat press, for instance, is it a Styles electronics machine? Are you going to be guaranteed the pressure and the accurate heat that you need to go with it as well? So that's why we always recommend testing on hard to use materials. But absolutely, there's not many things that you can't apply UltraColour transfers to.
Okay, Paul has been saying, I'll have to let Rachel know that you came over to the chat, Paul, about starting up. Also, if you're starting up and you're about to get a heat press, make sure you're coming over to Instagram and tagging us when you do, or Facebook. Let us know which press you end up getting, and what the lead time is. So if you order a heat press off of our main site, it's next day delivery, and if you're ordering custom transfers, it's a 2-day turnaround time. So yeah, super easy to get set up, really quick if you get last minute orders. Yeah.
Yes, there's a question here about wood sheets and could you make complicated puzzles work with UltraColour? UltraColour, you could, much like vinyl, you could apply UltraColour onto a piece of wood depending on how the finish is, etc. Can the wood take heat? There's quite a few variations you do have to be careful with. The main thing here would be, I'd say, to test. I would be unsure, because we are garment specialists. We've not tried to make a puzzle. I don't know about the cutting technique for making puzzles and how that well it would work. I do know that we have done some work recently with a costume company for a large movie studio, and where they were applying sort of more or less giant blocks of transfer color to material and then cutting that down to make other garments off the back of that, and they had very good results with that. So the transfers can be cut after they've been fused to stuff, but I would say you'd have to test on that. Do a small run of transfers. You might have to do some A4 size that to kind of really put the test through, or use your sample sheet on a bit of wood already and just see how you get on. And just keep in constant communication with us to see how you're applying it, and that way we can kind of guide you to see if it is possible, I'd say. But I never say never, but we don't have any data to back that up.
Jane wants to know that when events start up again, which shows do you attend? So we are going to be doing a few more of our own virtual events, so definitely keep an eye out on our socials, sign up for the newsletter to be involved in that. I haven't actually been to a show with Target Transfers yet. As I said, I've been here for less than a year, so it's all very new and exciting to me. But the one that I'm looking forward to is Printwear and Promotion, if we're thinking about doing that again. Are there any other ones that they need to be aware of?
I would say that the main thing to bear in mind is that just about 18 months ago, we actually launched the Heat Printing Innovation Centre here in Braintree. So we do, generally speaking, under normal circumstances, we do run regular events. We do one-to-one demonstrations. We do business seminars, anything we can think of to help your business grow. So as soon as it's safe to do so, we will be opening up our showroom here, which you can see behind both of us. We have lots of different areas in the room. We have all the machines out. So I would say don't worry about waiting until end of February when P&P is looking to be arranged. Hopefully by the end of this, the autumn, we might be in a position to run some different events. If you have specific questions or some machines you want to know more about, there's a wealth of video on our website, on the Styles TV YouTube page. But as well, I'm available for the next 2 days. If anyone's not used the networking section of the event platform, just search my name, arrange a meeting with me. We can have another video call. We can go into machines in a bit more detail, or just in general, get in touch with us. We're more than happy to do video tutorials and one-to-ones anyway. So if you want to look at the press in more detail, we can provide the information to make an informed decision on whether the auto open, the fusion, or even a dual fusion is the right machine for you.
Okay, Stephanie is asking about Gangsheets. So we can talk about those now a little bit if you want, Stephanie. So Gangsheets are a great way to save money and space on your designs when you're ordering transfers through EasyView. We have had customers come to us before and say that they want more than one design, but they only want 10 or 20 of each, so they don't want to order, say, 60 or 80. So choosing a bigger size and adding more than one design to that sheet is a great way to do that. Also using up spare space on the design. So at the moment, we've obviously got levers is quite popular, and we do have a free artwork template for that on our website. If you go, I'll drop the link in here as well. So with that, we've obviously got the levers, the number and the names, but underneath there's quite a blank space. So we've added initials, so you can add personalization to your products, increase the value, make them more unique, but it fits in space onto the transfer sheet so that you're not paying for transfer space that isn't being printed on, basically. So if you have a design, there's extra space, or you want more than one design and you want to order a bigger size, save your profits, basically. It's a great way to do that. So if you have any further questions on Gangsheets, drop them in the question box or send us a message on our socials as well.
To follow up on that as well, I would say make sure you attend this session, which Zach and Josh Ellsworth are putting together later. Either it's live or on demand. We were lucky enough to have an advanced copy of the Lean Logo Formula book, and it's a really fantastic read. It really breaks down everything you need to know about how to successfully use Gangsheets in your business, if it's right for you, whether you should be using Gangsheets or by the piece, how to successfully put them onto a sheet, what sort of combination of logos, sizes you should be using. It's a really fantastic read. Everyone that attends it, either sort of during the session or on demand, will get a copy of it, so you can take away, read it, and perfect the Lean Logo formula for yourself. I'd just like to have a quick pause, actually, because we do have a couple of polls which I'd be really interested to make sure everyone fills out. So we just want to know whether anyone here has a heat press. So please feel free to fill the poll in. At the moment, it's a 67% yes, 60% yes and 40% no. And also whether you've used UltraColour transfers before, just so we can kind of get a bit of an idea of who has and who hasn't. At the moment, it's 50-50. Oh, it's changing quite a lot now. But just to kind of, you know, anyone who's starting out, UltraColour is so easy to use, and it's so easy, again, in attend Josh's session to get an idea of the whole setup cost on whether heat pressing and UltraColour transfers is the right option for you. But it's the easiest way to get into garment decoration if you've not done it already. It really is a case of pulling that lever down and applying it for as long as we let you know. So for UltraColour, it's 12 seconds at 120 degrees Celsius. But that's it. That's all there is to it. If you're using an accurate machine like a Hotronix, then you don't have to ever worry about any inaccuracies. You're going to be there straight away within, your orders arrived, you've got your heat press, you're already a professional decorator at that point. It really is that simple. So we'll come back and check on those polls in a little bit to see how everyone's getting on and see what our audience looks like.
Okay, Christian is asking, does the standard UltraColour apply to most lycra, spandex and nylon? No, the subli blocker version goes on to those. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, Andy, but I believe, yes, it does. It's just more if you're concerned if the sublimated dye is going to come through onto the transfer, because generally most activewear items do tend to have quite a sublimated dye. So it's probably best bet to use subli blocker, but if you're not worried about that at all, then obviously go for the standard. It will apply and it has stretch and it's soft. So
yeah, that's absolutely right. And we have tested and we have successfully applied UltraColour onto pretty much any material, even in the standard version, which obviously includes stretch as well. It can be quite versatile in that respect. But again, as Molly says, it's more to do with how dyed the material is than anything else, and that's when we recommend going with the subli blocker version, just to be sure. But you can always test, and that way you can know for 100% sure. If you work with your supplier of the garment, so you can really understand the process that they've gone through to make the garment, and then you have a bit more of an understanding of which way to go with it. So Christian again as well, just asking questions about smaller sheets and multiple images. So again, thing to remember with Gangsheets, it doesn't have to just be the A3. The A3 point is probably where you're going to make the most of the lean logo formula and get the most value from it. But if it doesn't work for you, you could put 2 images onto a 10 by 10 format size as well, and that might be the best bet for you. If it's just a really small run, it might only be 20 small logos, then go with that option. But absolutely, you can put as many EPS logos as you want to onto any size sheet.
We've got another one of Rachel's customers on here as well. Have to be letting her know all of our customers are saying hello.
Yes, for the towels and the microfiber towels, again, it's a case of testing, because there's could be quite a variation in between makes and models of towel. It should be fine, but again, it's always a case of testing to make sure you get it right. The wash quality of UltraColour is super high. So in the UK, we actually had some questions around our customers yesterday, in the last couple of months, when they wanted to push it even further. So we've actually wash tested it. So it's actually not just 50 plus, it's actually 60 plus washes in the UK. So that's actually 20% longer than any other heat transfer that's available in the UK. So the wash quality in these things is really, really high. And obviously something like a towel can have quite a hard life. So the wash test, I would say, with the towel is just to kind of test it for yourself. And yeah, like you say, Paul, is only afford what you can get away with a press. Of all the Hotronix presses, there's not a bad press. It's a case of you work your way up in terms of functionality. Do you need a digital pressure readout? Some people like to have that peace of mind of knowing, yes, I can see exactly what I'm working with. They like to have the dual timer of pre-press and press. Some people like the auto open function. It means that you can, especially if you're an at-home business, the door goes or there's distractions in the house, you've got that press that pings up automatically for you and just gives you that peace of mind. Or if you've got other people working the press for you, makes it again, peace of mind. That when that press clamps down, it's going to reopen again in 10 seconds. There's no one's going to be messing around, over pressing and trying ruining the garment potentially.
Marcia is asking about cover sheets. She thinks that release paper is a bit too light. You can use release paper to fuse UltraColour. That's what we use here in all of our demos, and it's completely fine. But we do have a slightly thicker cover sheet available on our website, so I'll reply to you with the link for that, so you can have a look if you'd like.
We have someone here in the house from Sweden as well. So I just wanted to say hello to all our European friends. Although we are based in the UK, we can help you with UltraColour all throughout Europe. The only thing to bear in mind there is the shipping is going to be slightly more expensive, and there will be slightly longer lead time in it getting to you. Obviously in the UK, we can promise a 2-day turnaround. So that means from order placing, so 2 working days later, it will arrive with you and you can get going. With Sweden, it's probably looking at 3 to 5 days. So I mean, that's still an extremely fast turnaround. So again, it's just a case of watch the seminar later where Josh and Zach go through the lean logo formula. So and every time you're ordering from Europe, it's £30 to get to Sweden, plus VAT for shipping. So just if you can make the most out of what you're ordering, or perhaps get jobs together so you can spread the cost of shipping over a few different customers, then the cost comes down quite quickly to make that work for you. So we can absolutely support you. If you go on to start placing order, have a play around with the website customs.targettransfers.com, and you'll be able to find a price point that works for you with sheets and shipping, etc.
Christy wants to know if you have to flip your design. I saw something regarding this on your Facebook. You will have seen this on our Facebook, Christy, because I posted it last week. No, you do not have to flip your design when using EasyView. What you upload is exactly what we will print. So however you upload your design, that is what you will receive in the transfer box. to know. Super easy.
So yeah, just to follow up on the question there, you can get the book, just attend the Lean Logo event later and it will be available for you. It's common here, if everything would be as simple as said, I promise you that starting out a heat printing business really is that simple. But there's plenty of great education. There's either how to start a business. There's so many different videos that have been done between ourselves and staff about how to make the most of it. And again, the Lean Logo formula kind of doubles up as a starting point. But you've got the right transfers, which is UltraColour, and you've got the right machine, which is Styles Electronics. You really can't go wrong. Question here about using the grey heat pad, but the worry about scorching garments. So with UltraColour, the fuse temperature is really low, so it's 120 degrees C. So you really shouldn't have to worry about using. It's well below the point at which polyester and other materials do scorch. But if using something that's really quite difficult, we do have reflex pads, and if you think about using one of those, if you have trouble, just get in touch, and we're more than happy to help in that respect. So we've got Christian here, who wants to know about washing recommendations. So yeah, all the products do have details on the page, but yes, we'd always recommend 40 degrees inside out. It's always best practice for pretty much any kind of heat material, and that'll be absolutely fine.
Sergio is asking how many colors can you have in UltraColour? As many as you like. That is the beauty of it. As many colors, color gradients, yeah, anything, just upload and it will come out very nicely.
So for those asking about software, so there's two things to consider here. There's CADWorks Live, which is a fantastic Styles product. We would always recommend you use as a design platform. You can export in many formats that work just fine for our platform. That's fine, and then you can just upload to our ECD logo, and it'll be absolutely no problem to upload an EPS or a PDF, and you'd be absolutely fine.
Ellie is asking, just to reiterate again, about the US version of UltraColour and the UK. So it is the same product, but in the UK we only have two. We have standard UltraColour, which has the soft finish and the stretch within it combined, and then we have the blocking, which is also soft and stretches, but it blocks the sublimated dye. So it's the same product, we've just combined it into two. So
sorry, it looks like my headset might have dropped out there. Can everyone hear me okay now?
No, I can't hear you, Andy.
Okay. Take the question for it, and I'll try and get this fixed.
Jane, Hotronix Max Press about 4 months ago, and if you want to upgrade it, do you do part exchanged or do you sell pre-used? No, we don't offer that currently. We do have lots of options available on our website for upgrading presses, and like Andy said earlier, we've been doing a lot of price breakdowns to explain to you how many sort of t-shirts or caps, depending on which kind of press it is you want to purchase, how many sales it will take you to pay off, and the numbers are quite a bit lower than what I was expecting when I did it. So yeah, definitely take a look at that, and if you have any questions about which press, the features, whatever you want to ask us, just let us know, and we'll get back to you on that. Can I just say that I'm really happy with the service and product from yourselves. Thank you very much. Very glad that you like our transfers. I'm just going to take a moment here as well, pause from the questions, to talk about the Facebook group that we've launched for specifically for event attendees. So similar to the Heat Press for Profit that Styles run, we've done a custom heat transfers UK from us at Target Transfers. So we're going to be putting all of the event exclusive discounts in there first. Obviously they'll be emailed to you as well, but you can access them from the group. We're going to have a lot of different sort of insights and offers into new products in there. If they come out, you'll get exclusive content before anyone else gets it. And it's just going to be a great place to network and ask other heat printers questions as well. There'll be multiple, obviously if all of you join and you're all using presses, you can you can sort of speak to each other about questions you may have. We'll obviously be in there to answer some as well. So yes, I believe that the link has gone around to everyone in previous emails already. But if you haven't, there'll be an email going out after this session, so keep an eye out for that. And if you go onto our Facebook group, it's on there as well, so definitely take a moment to request to join that. Someone said Andy's hiding. Is it working? There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, apologies for that. If you any questions you can hear me answering, please just feel to repost. I'm very sorry about that, and we'll go through those really quickly anyway.
Paul wants to know, we can't wait to get started. Great. And he needs to run at 2,000 plus sheets printed. How much lead time would I need to give? I believe that's the...
So I would order this evening, Paul, and we'll have them ready. We'll get onto them tomorrow. It won't be a problem. One of the things we pride ourselves with here at Target Transfers and in all the Stars groups is our rapid turnaround. So we promise that 2-day turnaround, and that's on any job. That could be 10,000 sheets, and we'd still be able to perform that. It's really no problem. So I wouldn't wait to get started. I'd upload that order this evening. And then and anyone check the competition flyer, because we are giving credit back to 5 lucky people who attended this event over the next 2 weeks. So that could be you, Paul, and that job has become even better value.
And also, just to add to that, for the discounts and the bundles that we're doing for event attendees, if you aren't one of the lucky 5 to win the credit, you can get your heat press with credit and lots of other additional items in a bundle for a lesser price, exclusive bundles just for this event. So if you are looking to get started, these are the offers to take advantage of, because they are great savings, and they really will set you up to get started and expand your business.
So just quickly to circle around, I think the ones I probably missed were the wash temperature. So do wash it at 40 degrees inside out. Yes, we would absolutely recommend that.
Christy wants to know if we'll be doing any more videos regarding other vinyls showing application. If that's something that you would all like to see, then yes, 100% we'll do that. Just drop us a comment or a message to say what you want to see, and we'll pop it all over our socials.
So Paul wants to know a quick question about the artwork. So it depends what your question is on the artwork. We don't tend to do artworking for you, but we do have lots of artwork checkers in the system. If you have trouble actually with creating the artwork, do get in touch though, because we can recommend a number of local companies that will be able to help you with that.
Jane and Fatima are asking about the offers. I've just replied to that in the chat as well. They will be sent to you via email, the links to that, and they'll be shared on the exclusive Facebook group after the event as well. So keep an eye on your inbox. If you're not in the custom group already, go and join it, and they'll be available. I'm assuming as soon as after our chat's finished.
They're available right now. So if you look in the files section of the chat group, there's a flyer there called Target Transfers Event Specials, which you can all use. Or if you go to the event specials area of the event platform, you can see a link to where you can find them. But I will pop a link in now anyway for you. so that you'll be able to get started straight away and have a look at them. But there's some really fantastic offers here, and I would, just to kind of bear in mind that these are available until the end of play on Friday only. So there's a very short turnaround on these because we're giving such a good offer with these. But there's two auto open bundles for the 40 by 40 and 40 by 50 with a combination of counter caddies and different platens along with transfer credit. So you're saving a minimum of £200 or almost £300 on the Fusion bundle as well. So do have a good look at these because they will be available only for a short period of time. They are an event special and they're exclusively available to only to those who attend this event. So it's a chance to get a bit of a steal a march on your customers because you're going to get really quite fantastic saving, and it really is essentially it's your business in a box. It's everything you need to get started. It's got a press, it's got different platens for different jobs, it's got transfer credit, and you get a little sample pack as well for some further testing that you can do as well. So everything you need. So do have a look in the files section or follow the link that I've just posted in the chat as well.
Just to cover one more, Christy, if you're mentioning about 3D heat transfers, if you send us a message, I'm happy to chat to you about that on our socials. We don't have 3D heat transfers, but we have the 3D heat transfer vinyl. So if you pop us a message, we can have a separate discussion about that for you.
So it's a good time just to check in on our polls. So the final results on do you own a heat press is 93% of everyone that's on the on this webinar do, which is fantastic to hear. For those 7% that don't, if you have more questions, do remember to check out the Stars TV website. There's lots of other great sessions today when we'll be covering presses, or set up a networking session with me through this event platform, and I'll be more than happy to go into more detail about any of the machines available. For those asking about UltraColour, it's 40% of you have used them before, 6% haven't. So I hope that we provided some information for you today about UltraColour. There's lots of fantastic talk still to go. It's really fantastic to see that 96% of you will be ordering our UltraColour after the event. And I think that's a fantastic decision for you. This is something that we've been working away on as an international group for a long time to get this level of quality from a transfer with the detail, with the gradients, with the tones. This really is quite the game changer for the industry. This is the biggest growth in heat transfer quality and finish in quite a long time. And we hope that you find it really easy to use. We've recently relaunched the website, so it's even easier to use. You can get Easy View in the UK now. Just head to custom.targettransfers.com, and it really is as simple as upload your artwork. Or you can get the pricings available there. So it's all at your fingertips. There's no hidden charges. It's all as it says there. So I'd recommend doing it. Make sure you attend all the other sessions today so you can learn how to profit from your business. These, like I said, the sessions later with the Lean Logo Formula is fantastic. That'll be invaluable business education for you. But as well, make sure you attend all the different breakout groups around different industries and how you can sell and stack. So you don't have to just sort of pigeonhole yourself into one. It's quite easy to break into different ones because you have all the machines and materials that you need to achieve that.
I just want to quickly jump on the last couple. Jane asking about vinyls fusing 3 different colours together. Again, send us a message on our social media. We'll cover heat transfer vinyl if you have any questions about that.
Yeah. Just to jump on that real quick, Molly, is I would say that if you're using 3 different vinyls together, is really consider a transfer instead. It kind of answers Sean's question, alludes to Sean's question about labour costs as well. Actually, you'll find it's 12 seconds if you use an UltraColour transfer versus multiple presses of like a different of Premium Plus or something else. That if it's a multicolour logo, you might find that UltraColour is better fit for you anyway.
Yeah. And to add on to that as well about labour costs, I would mention about the heat press cost breakdowns that we've got on our heat press pages. They mention about how much your garment's going to cost, the transfer, the press, the breakdown, and your labour costs as well. So for a rough outlook, and also Josh's book, the Lean Logo Formula, take a look at his chat. Make sure to download the book because there'll be loads of information in there about that as well.
So I'm afraid we're out of time for now. So I just want to thank everyone that's attended along with this session. Really fantastic to hear your questions. We will be available in the chat for the rest of today. So if you have any questions that are UK specific, don't worry, we'll be here to help. Just ask or set up a networking call with us. Like I said, don't forget to check the offers. And if you have any questions, we're always here to help. You know, part of the Styles ethos is kind of it's an international company, but the approach we take to you all is that care of service, and we really want to help all of you achieve and grow with your business. So we're always here to help you. Please don't be afraid to ask any questions. And lastly, just join that Facebook group that Molly's set up for everyone. So
and come and say hi on Instagram as well.
Come say hi. So if you've got
it's myself and Andy that run that, so we'll be the ones talking to you if you do message us.
So if you've got questions or you want to talk amongst each other, that's a great place to start. So just say thank you. Make sure you watch all the rest of the sessions today. I promise the information being valuable, and have a fantastic evening.
Thank you very much for attending, everyone. Bye.